Hi friends, welcome to Hitter 5. Since my childhood, I've been hearing about India nominating a movie and sending to Oscars for the best foreign film category, and that's the end of its race. Almost all movies are trashed, and even when they get nominated, once in a blue moon, they don't get any awards. Remember that most of the movies that end up getting this award are supposed to be top notch and even better than the Hollywood movies that receives the Best Picture award that year, and that's because it has to compete with the best movies of all other countries from around the world. Now let's try to understand how submission process works. The Mumbai-based Film Federation of India, FFI, appoints a committee to choose one film among those released that year to be submitted to India's official entry to Academy for a nomination for Best Foreign Language Film the following year. The chosen films, along with their English subtitles, are sent to the Academy where they are screened for the jury. The movies that get shortlisted by the Film Federation of India are at the mercy of the background of these committee members and their affinity to certain film industries. If you look at the number of submissions since 1957, Tamil films were submitted by the committee on 9 occasions. 3 submissions were Marathi films, 2 were Bengali, 2 were Malayalam, and 1 Telugu film, 1 Gujarati film, and 1 Konkani film, and 1 Assamese film. Now, any idea how many Bollywood-based movies were submitted? It is a whopping 33 movies. In other words, around 62% of the movies submitted from India were just Bollywood movies, which consists of Hindi and Urdu language movies. 3 of our total submissions got nominated at various times, and none of them got the award. Now, there are many theories floating around about why the Academy Awards Committee doesn't take our cinema seriously. Let's take Gully Boy as an example. Yes, it is a decent movie, especially in the light of the fact that most of the movies with the A-list actors of Bollywood are average or worst in recent times. But was it a good choice for Oscar submission? Absolutely no. The main red flag is the fact that it is a Bollywood version of Eminem's 8 Mile, released in 2002. This movie was quite popular across the globe as Eminem is a cult figure in the hip-hop world. Now imagine, friends, the Oscar committee members start watching Gully Boy and realize in just a couple of scenes that the concept is lifted straight from 8 Mile. Are they even going to continue watching the movie? Guys, they are not our beloved trailer and teaser reaction guys from the United States who are just making a killing by praising all the crap content that we produce and playing with our sentiments. What Film Federation of India did is it sent a movie ignorant of the plagiarism or hoping that the Oscar committee would not catch it. Now it is not very clear if the Oscar committee rejected this movie because of the plagiarism charges, but when I researched, I found that 21 out of 57 movies submitted by India were disqualified just because of the allegations of plagiarism. A perfect analogy here is how China shamelessly steals ideas from around the world and refutes these allegations from other countries. This has diminished the soft power and trustworthiness of the country from around the world. Any Oscar committee member would look at Indian submissions with a pinch of salt due to all these malpractices of the past. Getting back to Gully Boy, we know it also received 13 Filmfare Awards. Zoya Akhtar and crew who made this movie have had a bad reputation of forcibly demanding awards from award shows. I made a video about this where Shekhar Gupta shared his experience dealing with this production house for Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara movie and how they emotionally blackmailed Shekhar when he was in charge of the Screen Awards. In general, the Bollywood-based awards don't have any credibility and people have come to terms with it. The concerning question here is, are these big production houses able to pull their strings to influence the Mumbai-based Film Federation of India for Oscar submissions just to add another feather to their cap or garner more audience on the OTT platforms? There is a chance that the Film Federation of India might have justified that this movie has a chance of killing it in Oscars because it is a rags to riches story and gives a good tour of Mumbai slums. Now wait a minute, doesn't that ring a bell? Yes, Slumdog Millionaire was all about that. The fact that it was from a much more prestigious British film house made this average movie gather so many awards. The Film Federation of India might have also thought that the rap music is a familiar territory for Americans and it has everything needed to get an Oscar. They didn't realize the serious showstopper here. Yes, plagiarism, which is very serious, guys. It is common sense, right? You copy a movie from Hollywood, which is based on American rap music, and send it back to them expecting an award? Now switching gears to our submissions during past years. One of the reasons some of our movies missed out is because our movies are mostly musicals, and this is a letdown because these committee members are used to watching movies that last 100 to 115 minutes. Our songs most of the time are placed illogically and consume around 30 minutes of running time. Lagan, which was nominated for Best Foreign Picture, and Tamil movie Indian that was officially submitted didn't get any further due to this issue. Now, getting back to Film Federation of India, there have been reports of corruption in their decision making process. The irony here is that these decision makers who decide which picture to send are usually utter failures as directors or producers and don't have enough credibility under their belt. These folks can easily get influenced by big production houses. They give huge preference for Bollywood films while entirely ignoring regional languages unless some big shots recommend the movie. In 2005, Red Chillies Productions twisted arms to ensure that their average movie Paheli was their official entry over so many other quality movies of that year. Jeans, the 1997 Tamil movie, was nominated as India's official entry, possibly because it was produced by Ashok Amritraj, a Hollywood biggie. Not sure how many of you have watched Jeans. It is an average and anything but an Oscar material. When the committee members were reviewing this movie, one of them asked, are they even off their heads or do they think this is a joke? Low budget regional movies, which may have better chance of getting Oscar nominations due to their sheer brilliance, missed out on getting submitted due to the inherent corruption within the selection process. Now, moving on to the financial implications of an Oscar submission, an official entry is not just enough. A movie nominated to a category must be exhibited across a number of film festivals. For foreign language nominations, the Oscars require a minimum of 15 shows across film festivals, and each such show costs money. For instance, an average show costs $2,000, and 15 shows means $30,000 at least. If you're interested in the process, there is a heart-touching Malayalam movie named The Oscar Goes To that delves into the pain that a creator needs to go through to get a cinema anywhere close to get it nominated, and how he runs from pillar to post to get the funding just to get his movie exhibited in the film festivals. A Marathi movie named Shwas was somehow nominated to the Oscars in 2004 just because of its sheer quality, right? Yet the movie could not get the money for more than 15 shows. Amitabh Bachchan paid rupees 2 lakh for the movie, which could just get probably 2 shows at the most, and somehow they were able to do 15 shows but lost the nomination by getting very close. So what this all means is many movies that got submitted in spite of the fact that they were not from elitist production houses must have had to succumb to the financial hurdles needed to cross during this process. Now, talking about how the other countries are doing at the Oscars, the British have special berth in Hollywood as Hollywood production houses collaborate with British directors and actors to make extremely popular movies of all time. British movies generally compete with other Hollywood movies in the core categories, not the foreign film category. Now, there have been exceptions where even non-English speaking language movies have competed in the core categories, but most of the time they fight it out in the best foreign film category, which is generally dominated by European countries, Japan and Iran being exceptions. Friends, as I end this video, I know many in India wonder why we care about Oscars. We should just make our own awards and be content with it, right? Now, I don't need to get started on how rigged our own awards are, including our national awards at times. Some may argue that Oscar committee members don't understand Indian culture and hence don't appreciate our content. Now, one may wonder, what Indian culture did Gully Boy or Barfi or even Jeans showcase? So if they don't understand Indian culture, how did Mother India or Lagan get so close to winning, or how did Satyajit Ray get an honorary Oscar in 1992 for Lifetime Achievement? Now, no matter what lame excuses people come out with, Oscar matters. When Bong Joon-ho's movie Parasite stole the show in Oscars this year, the entire world started taking Korean cinema more seriously and started exploring all the gems that Korean cinema produced. Likewise, if our beloved Film Federation of India members are able to do the right thing and select the Oscar-worthy movie among the whopping 2,000 movies that we produce every year, and let's say we win, the world will start taking Indian cinema seriously, and due to the easy access through OTT, many genuine movie watchers from across the world will start showing interest and help grow our cinema beyond the predominantly South Asian diaspora. Thank you very much, folks.